Hi, this is Mike with Motorrad Audio, and what we're featuring in this video is a 4-channel, 4-speaker installation package for the 2022 and newer K1600GTs and GTLs that feature a top case on the back of the bike. There'll be pictures later in the video showing these pods installed on that top case so you can verify that the top case you have is indeed the same as the one that we're featuring in it. Just a side note, if you have armrests on the bike, they are too tight and too close to the top case to be able to fit these rear speaker pods. So keep that in mind. They are not going to work if you have the armrests. You're probably going to have to remove those to use this kit. So what comes in this kit are 2 of the rear pods that we're talking about. These will be shown in the pictures later, but you have a 6.5-inch pod that bolts to the top case. There are some modifications to the top case for sure, so this is a permanent installation. You'll have a couple sets of grills that are made to fit these pods that look really nice. You'll have the stainless steel mounting hardware that's involved for the pods. Part of the installation hardware for these pods will come from the speaker installation in the front, so we'll cover that in a second. And you'll have a rear harness that's made with quick disconnects to come down and unplug where your existing plug does for that top case should you need to service it and remove the case. In the front, you'll have our 6.5-inch Infinity Kappa Perfect pods. These are made to go in with slight modifications to the front ends. Cosmetically, you will not see anything different on the outside of the bike whatsoever. When you remove your front pods and the brackets for the front pods, you'll have some leftover screws that you will use as part of the installation for these that I was mentioning a second ago. There are some other modifications to the back side of the grille to make it sound better that are covered in other installation videos that we have. So take a look at those. Again, minor modifications, but if you're not looking to do any modifications in the front end, you certainly could do our 5.25-inch pods that don't do any modifications. These are significantly louder. They are a larger speaker. They are designed in a way that makes them also a much louder speaker, so they're definitely going to overcome engine noise, wind noise, and things like that better than the 5.25-inch package, even though the 5.25 is a significant upgrade from what you have right now. For the amplifier, we have a 4-channel Infinity Kappa Perfect amplifier. This amplifier has been waterproofed, so you don't have to worry about it being in the environment. It is mounted behind the left side fairing in the front, so it does not take up any space in any bags or anything like that. It will come on its mounting bracket, pre-sealed, tuned for this particular package, and ready to go. It features plugs from the factory on the amplifier because it was designed for this type of application, and all of our harnessing will plug directly into these plugs, making it all basically plug and play, other than running a power and ground to the battery and connecting those. You will have the power and ground harness. This does run up to the battery. It's an 8-gauge wire with the connectors already on it, ready to go to plug right into the amplifier. You'll have your rear speaker harness that runs to the back underneath the seat, so you have your quick disconnects there for removing the top case should you need to do that. Again, these are labeled left and right. You've got a factory plug that plugs right into the rear output of the amplifier. You'll have a front speaker harness that plugs into the OEM plugs that are at the front pods, so you'll just unplug where the existing pod was, plug that into these. You'll have a new plug that plugs into our new pods, and then you'll have the connectors that are made specifically for the Infinity amp that send the input into the amplifier and the output back to the speakers. So the front speaker input and output is all covered right in this one harness. You'll have some miscellaneous wire ties just to help with routing of wires and also obviously securing those wires. You'll have a fuse holder with an 8-gauge already run out of it with a ring connector already terminated. This is waterproof, but it is made to go underneath the seat where it's pretty safe anyway. When you run your power to there, there's an Allen wrench right here with it to be able to go ahead and install that into there. In that same bag, there'll be some miscellaneous things like the bolt and speed clip that the amplifier mounts with in our videos, and there'll be another 8-gauge ground connection ring connector so you can crimp that on after you've run your ground and gotten it exactly where you want, cut to the exact length that you like. And last but not least, there will be a cheat sheet that gives you a lot of information on how to set the different things on the radio. We've done some testing to find out which sound profiles sound the best and give you some basic limitations that you may want to take into account when it comes to how high you turn the bass or treble up, different things like that. So just some pointers on that end. And that pretty much covers it on this kit. Like I said, we do have another one with 5 1/4s that you can check out, and we certainly have 2-channel and 4-channel kits if you want to start with just fronts and then think about adding the rears later, things like that. So all of our kits are not set in stone. If you have specific questions, or maybe you're interested in a certain speaker or something like that, we certainly deal with a lot of different brands, so just let us know if you have any questions along those lines. Thanks.